Disclaimer: the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host or guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, this is Life Coach Tricia from Life Coach Philippines. I'm a Master Builder Apprentice of Master Coach A, and our mission is to build, thrive as we help your unstoppable dream come true. I am the creator and founder of Express to Dream Big Again coaching community, and my mission is to create a safe space for you and for the people that matters to you. Express as you journey on the freedom to choose to stay alive and to dream big again. You are joining me today for Unleash Your Voice, here in a new digital space, Think Talk Broadcast. Think Talk Broadcast is a flagship community project of the speakers of Coaching Think Talk from Life Coach Philippines and members of Coach A Coaching Community. Our mission is to get closer to our kindred and serve better our coaching tribe. We envision being the go-to network for the content that connects the mind, heart, and soul through the platform of life coaching. This is us in the Philippines advancing coaching as an art, a science, a lifestyle, a profession, and a business. Your one coaching thought for today is our choices matter. It is what you nurture that becomes your future. We will be back shortly. So welcome back. So today is the 9th day of July in the year of 2022, and I'm broadcasting beyond borders of Bicol, the adventure capital of the Philippines. You are joining me live for the streaming of Unleash Your Voice, and this program is created for the coaching conversation for the young generation of leaders to express responsibly so that they can be free from the impressions that hinder the fulfillment of their dreams. So my guest for tonight is someone that I met way back in 2017, and I'm really happy on really seeing him right now and really having this kind of conversation on how uh, he become kung sino siya ngayon and paano niya na-achieve yung mga achievements niya right now. So meet Lakan Alegre, a member of UP Writers Club. His work has been published in Filipino and international publications such as Lunop, the voices and narratives of Typhoon Yolanda, Dagmay, Katitikan, Leyte-Samar Daily Express, Suns and Corals, A Thousand Cranes, Panitikan, and Philippine Graphic. So he also won second place for the Waray fiction during the 6th Chito S Roño Literary Awards and first place for fiction during the 10th Jimmy Balacuit. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but he also won that in the Literacy Award. So he also just finished his undergraduate degree, a BA Comparative Literature major in Philippine English Literature and English Translation in UP Diliman this June last month lang. So let me help me welcome our guest for tonight, Mr. Lakan.
Hello. Hi, Tricia. Kumusta? Yes, everyone. It's a pleasant, evening or morning na lang tayo, no? Kagaya ng sinabi nila last time. It was pleasant morning to everyone. I'm Lakan Uhay Alegre, and I'm a writer, I'm a Filipino, and I hail from Tacloban City. I think yun ang pinaka-emphasis for tonight ko. For tonight really is that like Tricia, no, I'm not really, although I was born from the metro, I hail from or I grew up outside of a metropolitan city as such as Manila.
Ayan, so I think we've got just some technical problem, but so meet our guest for tonight, Lakan. So, um, as we continue our conversation right now, pwede kayong magtanong po if may question kayo sa conversation. Ayun, you're back. So, ayun, continue mo Lakan. Nawala ka lang doon about sa metropolitan.
Yeah, I'm from I'm outside, no. I come from a place that's outside of a metropolitan and a cosmopolitan city. So, ayun siguro ang one of the things that I want to highlight this morning, kumbaga. Yeah. So, ayun lang.
Ayun. So, ever since, ano ba yung tawag sa'yo ng mga tao nakapaligid sa'yo, Lakan? Lakan talaga yung tawag nila sa'yo?
Yeah,
You've got
Lakan,
nickname?
Lakan.
Oh.
Pero right now actually, I'm transitioning towards being called Lakan Uhay. Kasi ayun, wala akong kakilala no na ibang kapangalan ko, which is Lakan, yung first name ko talaga. Not really my second name. Pero as of recent days, baka may kilala din kayo Lakan Umali. Kilala ko din siya. Like is it she's a dear friend then. So ayun, para mas may identity sa distinguishing sa aming dalawa. I'm Lakan Uhay and she's Lakan, kumbaga. Ayan.
Oh, okay. So, saan, if I, ano lang talaga ako, na-curious talaga ako sa name mo, but I'm gonna ask, sino nagpangalan sa'yo ng Lakan? Or ano, saan nag-originate yung name mo na yan?
Yeah. My dad named me. Both my parents actually named me. Pero yung both my parents kasi are in the art industry and like academicians din silang dalawa. So when I was born, they made it to the point na I was to be named a Filipino name talaga. So literally nasa dictionary yung mom and dad ko. And nahanap nila yung two words na yun, Lakan and Uhay. Lakan is a more like broadly Filipino term. So ginagamit siya from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao as translates to royalty. Surely ano natin sa Lakandula, Lakambini, gano'n. Pero Lakan, the root word really means royalty. And Uhay naman is, it's a Visayan word. It means rice stalk. So isang stage sa blooming or becoming ng isang palay, isang rice, which is very essential sa ating Filipinos. So yeah, that's my name basically.
Wow. So, ayun, maganda siyang nalaman ko kasi nung first time din kita nakilala, I really wonder kung nickname mo ba talaga yun. But yung inad niya kita like sa Facebook na, sabi ko, so Lakan talaga yung pangalan niya. So, right now, hindi lang ako, but also the other viewers na manonood, they, malalaman din nila kung saan nag-originate yung name. So, as we continue our conversation tonight, Lakan, how do you feel right now?
I feel excited. I am at a point in life where I'm transitioning from like college to more of a professional career-wise, no. And it's really helpful din pala yung like mentoring sessions or parang creating safe spaces really just for conversation. Kasi paano ba? In my experience for the longest time as well, having met Tricia back in 2017, that kind of space na may that warrants a person to ayun, aside from feeling safe, also being listened to in the sense na meron siyang not only voice no or a platform but also a what do you call it an audience more than anything. I think that's really important. So ayun, I'm really excited. I feel safe if more than anything. And yeah, ayun.
Ayun. It's really great to know. So, for someone na way back in 2017, pareho tayo hindi nagsasalita or hindi tayo masyadong mainit noon. So, like, imagine, nandito na tayo ngayon sa space na to and sharing our own story, sharing yung mga experiences natin. So, ang galing lang din. And natutuwa din ako na naalala kung paano din tayo nag-meet noong 2017. And di ba, nagtuturo din, like, fast-fast tayo noon. But, yeah, so
Yeah,
haba na din ang journey natin right now. So, like, ngayon, kanina na-mention mo Lakan about transitioning from college to being an undergrad. So, ano yung mga ginagawa mo ngayon sa journey mo in transitioning in that specific destination?
Yeah, feel ko basically what I'm doing right now, of course I just finished writing my undergraduate thesis, no. And it was really about my home basically. Kasi yung title ng thesis ko was The Waray Concept of Home. And I'm a Waray, it's the language that's spoken in Tacloban City. So, language based yung approach ko towards my thesis. After that, basically, I just continued writing, and I have another job. I'm applying to become a teacher in some universities, no. I've applied to several. So hindi ko pa sabihin muna saan ako kasi hindi ko din alam. Hindi pa din ako sure, no. Pero
Okay, okay.
basically I applied to teach and ano ba? Ayun, nagsusulat pa din ako. Pero sa akin kasi writing is sort of my outlet in the sense that um gusto ko yung structure siguro as an art form na ha. Of course, like Trish, no. Way before hindi talaga kami nagsasalita when we were in 2017. Ngayon ang daldal na naming dalawa makikita nyo ngayon eh. Pero apart from the love of public speaking, I had that endearing love din kasi to write towards writing. So ever since even in 2017 I was already writing pero it was more of a private endeavor. Later on, I started to put myself out there in the sense that I was applying to workshops, no, writing workshops, and then I was sending my works, no, to publishing houses. And then there were many times that I got rejected. There were some fortunate times I got accepted na yung works ko, which was good, no. Pero at that time I wasn't really thinking of finances yet. Siguro in terms of transitioning period like right now, you will actually think of your finances. Lucky for me during the pandemic and actually during kailan ba? I moved to Davao in 2018. Ano ba? 2018. When I moved to Davao, of course, I really had to be independent. I didn't know anyone, literally no one there. Compared to Manila na may mga kaibigan ako doon, no? But I did not know anyone there. So I really became independent in the sense na low-key adulting na siya, no? So lucky for me, sa start na yun, inisip ko na talaga finances at that time. And I transferred to Diliman. I was still thinking of finances because I was basically out of my own house from Tacloban City, no? So those were transitional periods siguro of my life that until now, it's still in transition, no? Pero I think that was one of the important things that I wanted to figure out eventually when I came to the now of my life, kumbaga. And yung nakakatuwa sa kanya kasi during the pandemic, of course, everyone turned to social media. I actually found one interesting YouTuber by the name, actually kabatch ko lang din. And ironically, naging classmate ko siya sa Diliman, si Nicole Alba. I don't know if you guys will know her, no. Pero she's a YouTuber and she's not a finance person per se, like yung course niya. But she released finance videos online. So dun ako nag-start during the pandemic thinking about finances. So like right now, ayun siguro towards transitioning period, I was able to parang maneuver myself around all of the things that were happening during COVID, during elections, etc., towards affording to live out of Tacloban na hindi ko nabubulagubin yung mga kamag-anak ko. So basically, though it was a sort of independence that I allowed myself to have when I came towards graduating. So like right now, like naghahanap ako ng jobs, naghahanap ako ng other endeavors, no. Meron akong leeway, meron akong budget, put it that way, to afford myself na I won't worry for at least, I don't know, like 6 months siguro at the most habang naghahanap ako ng job sa Metro Manila. So I think that's one of the important things na towards transitioning na nakuha ko so far. So that's where I am right now in my life, kumbaga. And that's what I'm doing.
Alright, so like, yung naiisip ko talagang word na sabihin sa'yo, as you, habang kinukwento mo sa amin yung story, paano ka nag-transition, grabe ang lakas ng loob mo. Like, I mean, I don't have that gut. Like, you're from Tacloban, tapos mag-aral ka from Davao, tapos nilipat ka ng UP Diliman. So, ano yung message mo to someone na, like, galing din sa province like us, na who really wanted to study from, like, sa Metro Manila? Ano yung one message mo na gustong ibigay sa kanila?
don't be afraid to put yourself out there, really. I'll be honest with you, nahiya talaga ako at the start, no? Like putting my works out there, especially that I write in 3 languages. So minsan nagko-code switch talaga when I write, no? And that's something that's I really wanted to do, no? And I wanted to master it. If you really want to put yourself out there, or like regardless of what goal it is, being brave doesn't necessarily mean that you immediately have to put yourself out there, but it means to take steps in eventually going out of the bubble. And I think that's what bravery means to me, especially. Yeah, pero I acknowledge as well, no, iba-ibang tao eh. Lucky for me, I grew up in a household, both my parents, at an early age, they were already allowing me to decide on certain things. And I think that was important. And I owe a lot to them, no. And I acknowledge na hindi lahat ng tao merong ganong klase ng pamilya. And it's okay, you know. It's part of life, and it's part of the environment that we have, the cultural environment we have. Pero ayun, what was good for me personally siguro, as much as, and as I mean this as early as nagkamalay ako, as early as I can remember, or I have thoughts, kumbaga, pinapa-decide ako, oh, anong gusto mo? Do you want pizza or pasta today? Gusto mo ba ng adobo ngayon, or gusto mo ng kaldereta? And those little things, pagbata ka, and you're allowed to make choices, eventually it will lead for the kid to be independent in the long run. So I think that's what was most important about my parents growing up. That's why I was able to have more courage, and self security. I was so secured as well then. And I say that not because I'm boasting, but because I'm proud of it. Because marami akong kahenerasyon ngayon na madami ding silang issues. I mean, I have my own issues, but it's not really that on confidence eh. Pero yeah, transitioning towards Davao, towards Diliman, towards wherever, um, it takes a huge amount of courage to be able to do that. And more than anything, it takes as well money to do that. So being independent doesn't just mean, no, yung self-esteem mo, your self-care, or your habits, kumbaga. But it also means that you are equipped enough to take care of yourself in a financial perspective. So that goes hand in hand eh. Both the finances as well as the parang parang finances to me is like a technical life skill that you have to have in life eventually. But more than that, it's also the emotional courage that you have to put out there, and surround yourself with people that encourage you to have that. That's what siguro one of the important things to have in traveling or moving around.
So, do you enjoy traveling, Lakan? Like, moving around from different places?
Super, yes. Enjoy na enjoy ko yan. Na-enjoy ko sa Davao kasi wala talaga akong alam. And I enjoy being in places even when I'm alone. Na wala akong kakilala, because it's always an adventure if you're alone and you travel to a place that you literally haven't been to. You know nothing about, kumbaga. So yeah, traveling is it's also very important. Yeah.
Yes, and one of the important thing na nakuha ko dun sa first sharing mo, no, so atras ako ng konti, is yung money is a tool. Money is a tool on the things that we really want to do. Like, tool lang na, I mean, kahit sabihin natin tool, malaki pa rin part siya on how we choose to live our life. And secondly, kung paano tayo pinapalaki ng parents natin, it really help us kung paano natin, paano tayo, hindi na magsusurvive, but to really live our life each day. And to really make choices, choices on the things that can really help us. Like yung mga choices ng steps, kung ano ba yung pwede natin gawin para ma-achieve natin yung achievements natin. So, like, ang timely din ng conversation natin, Lakan. Kasi knowingly, maraming gumagraduate ngayon, at the same time, marami din figure out yung sarili nila kung ano yung gusto nilang gawin after college. So right now, like, na-mention mo kanina, you are staying sa Makati, and like meron kang sinave na money, like dala-dala mo siya ngayon, like habang naghahanap ka ng trabaho, you plan to have money at least for 6 months habang naghahanap ka ng trabaho. So ngayon, ano yung paano mo na figure out na gusto ko magturo right after college?
Okay. This one, Tricia, I think you can relate to a level na nagla-life coach ka right now. In semi-like kasi, in the organization that where Tricia and I met, we were both facilitators at that time. And then we were talking to relatively, halos ka-age din namin na peers, no? And then habang nagpa-facilitate ka kasi in that organization, you will eventually realize na wow, really, you're making an impact by talking to these people. And well, ang tuno naman sa amin, we're not teachers, we're facilitators. Meron ganun na ano. Pero it's sort of similar to me in that sense kasi nakita ko yung, and this is one of the things that I love about it, is yung effective part in teaching or imparting or even just sharing with your life or your conversation or your insights about life to someone, no? And it can translate as far as like from finance to society to your vision to self-sustenance and etc. You can talk a lot of things about it. Pero na-figure out ko eventually na ito yun eh. The irony is that kahit na yung mga writers sa Pilipinas, aside from compared to other countries, they can become writers and that's their day job. Ibig sabihin, yun talagang main source of income nila. In the Philippines, no, let's be practical about it. hindi siya ganun ka self-sustaining. Magkano ba na-earn ng writer? Well, royalties can go only as 20%, 200 copies a book. You have a year, magkano ang gagasto mo, 'di ba? That's roughly around, if you want decent living, 40, sabi ni Caliodi before, 42,000 'yon. And based on decent economics, kumbaga. Times mo by 12. So how much is that, 'di ba? How much lang will a book cost? And then how much with the time in writing that cost as well, 'di ba? So I wanted to be practical about it. But I did not want to sacrifice yung sarili ko, kumbaga. I didn't want to sacrifice myself dahil lang hindi ganon kalaki yung earnings ko as a writer, which was what I really wanted to do. So I explored, basically. I asked myself, ano ba ang gusto, what is something else that I have the skills, I'm relatively good at it. Feeling ko naman, no. And at the same time, I can be happy with it and I can earn a living from it. And that was teaching, basically. So I entered my course, Comparative Literature, no, and I learned to write, etc. But then later on, you will realize, oh my God, magkakapera ba ako dito? Can this actually sustain me, no, in the long run? Which was a hard no, actually. Some writers can do it, like if you're J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, ganon. Pero most of the time, you don't really get it that way. You get, most of the writers in the Philippines are teachers. Either they're journalists or they have a day job and then they're writers, kumbaga. And that's not an isolated case, kumbaga. That's something else from a lot of other people as well. In terms of figuring it out, siguro, paano ba? Ayun, although you have to think of the practical sense, my advice would be, look for something that you're good at and you actually love doing. It may not necessarily, it can be, for example, your main source of income, kumbaga. But at times it can also be parang just a side hustle. But it's something that you love and you actually earn from it. And then because you earn from it, you parang mas iwawanat mong sarili mo to for self-growth and at the same time sustenance. So those two things kasi come hand in hand, kumbaga. So that's how I figured out I wanted to write eventually, because I was thinking of the practical things. Parang, okay, kailangan ko ng pera. Kailangan ko magturo kasi mas may pera doon kaysa talaga magsulat ka. So that's how I landed eventually on wanting to be a teacher. slash a writer, kumbaga.
Okay, so yung experiences talaga, no, it really affects on, like yung mga choices natin way back, it really affects kung paano gusto natin mag-decide in the future. You've mentioned yung experiences mo as part of the NEB, sa MLI, no? At the same time, kung paano ka gumawa ng choices, kung ano yung mga passion mo at the same time, paano mo siya ipaglalaban, and paano mo din ipaglalaban yung pagiging practical ngayon, especially when it comes to money, no? And bihira siya marinig na at the same time, pipiliin mo kung ano yung passion mo and something that can really help you financially. Like, our generation is more focused about yung pagiging financially stable. No? So, pero yung scenario mo is to really ipaglaban talaga kung ano yung gusto mong gawin. Like,
Yeah, that's
naging practical ka, no? Like, naging practical ka on choosing the on a work na gusto mo para masustain mo kung ano yung passion mo, no? But, like, nakikita mo ba in the future na, like, if you have saved enough money na, you will stop teaching and you will just pursue writing, like, full-time?
I don't think so, actually. That's something na yun nga eh. This is something our generation, speaking of generation our generation usually thinks na okay, why do you want to go to school? And this is something I've experimented on before. In one of my tawag nito, parang speaking engagement sa dati kong school sa Leyte National High School. Tinanong ko isang class, and this was relatively a parang heterogeneous class. So they were like the honors and stuff. And then isa-isa tinanong ko, just like rapid question and answer. Why are you in school? And everything like common, because I want to be someone, I want to be a soldier, I want to be a teacher, I want to be ano. Bakit? Bakit mo gustong maging ganon? It's my passion, it's my ganito. But basically, no one answered because I wanted to learn. No one answered that, and that's a sad. That's so sad, diba? This is a public school. It's the pilot school of Leyte, and then you get those answers. And if you try it in other places, I tell you, my hypothesis would be it's the same result. It's something common. It would very good kung may magsabing because gusto kong matuto, kumbaga. So that's something that I experimented on to connect with generation. Why do they answer all these questions, all these, and bakit ganito yung mga sagot nila? Because institutions right now are teaching us to be slaves of a capitalist society. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Bakit? Pwede naman kasi mag-earn ka with things that you love, but you just have to be creative enough, no, to figure out a way how you can earn from those skills. As like for example, for life coach Tricia, diba? She's building a business on life coaching. So that's something that you can, that's something that you love, you turn it into a business. It will really take time, effort, and such na gagawin mo yan. But it's something that's important. And it's something that's, alam mo, you're not doing it solely to make money. So that's something then to connect with myself, no? I'm not teaching just because I want to earn money. It's a bonus that I do. Yeah? It's a bonus that I do. Because you also have to think of practicalities in life, diba? But it's something that I love to do as well. So I don't see myself stopping and just continuing writing. In the long run, eventually baka like age na ang pag-usapan in the long run. Okay, I'll be retiring from the academy, of course, pero I still need to write. But apart from writing, I also have to do something else. Maybe organize, maybe also form a group, no? And teach people, not necessarily in the classroom. So it's teaching not only as a profession, but it's also as something that you love to do. Na that's so important, no? Our generation kasi, ayun nga, like what Tricia was talking about kanina na being practical is something that you have to understand. And I also acknowledge that some people kasi are also breadwinners. Lucky for me, I'm not. So I have more independence and just really thinking of my own sustenance. But it shouldn't tawag dito, it shouldn't hinder you from reaching your dreams, no? Kasi it's something that life is something that uh, being alive should be something that you're proud of doing. And like every single day should be something that's exploratory and something that you enjoy. Otherwise, do something else, man. Basically, it's just that, diba? It's you will you will eventually learn to say no to certain things, in order to direct or redirect yourself consciously. And you center yourself in the manner na papunta ka doon sa kung saan mo gusto papunta. Whether that's self-growth or something. It's basically just a goal of visioning yourself where you're at. So, ayun.
Ayan. So, coming from your sharing, so may isa akong class na naalala habang nag-share ka because Master Coach is our tribe leader. He also teaches us dun sa class na yun how we can create impact, influence, at the same time, income. So, technically, as a life coach, continuous din yung learning namin sa ginagawa namin dito. So, isa din sa mga pinaglalaban din ng show na to is to really help, to really empower our generation na to really think about creative solution on paano pa tayo magiging practical at the same time, paano din natin ipaglalaban yung mga bagay na gusto natin gawin. And it really feels good to really hear someone na merong same vision, no? Hearing you right now. I'm really happy that nag-say yes ka to this guesting, no? Because we really need a lot of voice like you na para marinig din ng ibang tao na there's another way on how we can really stop that kind of thinking sa generation natin. And so start creating a better better way of thinking kung paano natin susolusyonan yung mga bagay-bagay sa paligid natin. But before, I'm gonna ask you a question. Pero yung question na to, sagutan mo siya right after the break, okay? So the question is,
Okay.
Nahagip ko siya kanina, like you've mentioned about rejection and everything. So I'm gonna ask you, ano yung 3-step na ginawa mo on how you can handle those rejections na na-receive mo in the past? Okay? So for our viewers, we will be having just a short break and we will be back.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag-and-drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.
And we are back for the second part of the 12th episode of Unleash Your Voice, brought to you by DCAP Copy Republic, the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines, and our home as a professional, certified CACC life coaches. So meet our coaching tribe at DCAP Copy Republic, located at Pioneer Center compound along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton, United States Capitol, Pasig City. We are open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturday to Thursday, and our coaching hub is also an event place and a venue of choice for an intimate gathering. So connect with Coach Rizal to 0917-586-1661 for inquiry and reservation. And starting last June 1, face-to-face daily event is back at DCAP Copy Republic. So we invite you to join us every day at 7:30 p.m. from we've got pag Saturday, we've got Fab Saturday, open mic with Coach Orville, Comfy Sunday, Sundays for Life with Coach Sean, Nurturing Monday, Walk Along with Coach Team, Groove Tuesday, it's all about habits with Master Coach Jasmine, and for Purpose Wednesday, we've got Away in a Day with Coach Giselle, and every Thursday, we've got Strengthening Thursday, Coaching for the Soul with Master Coach A. So I invite you tonight, we've got, today is Wednesday, so tonight I want to invite you to join us at 7:30 p.m. That is Purpose Wednesday, Away in a Day with Coach Giselle. So we're gonna talk about our dreams, yung purpose natin, and everything. So if you are someone na free ka ngayon, so I really want to invite you to join us on floor at DCAP Copy Republic. I also want to invite you to become a holder of the B-Learning e-card and join me inside the B-Learning Society as one of the mental model collectors. So enjoy a food and beverage discount from DCAP Copy Republic and full access pass to the monthly mental model masterclass of Master Coach A, exclusive for B-Learning Society members only, plus benefit from 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So it's been this July is our 14th month inside the B-Learning Society, and we've been learning a lot about the different mental models to really understand our own perspective and our own thought process. So it's been a great help for my journey, and it's also been a great help for our especially sa generation namin, because it really help us to understand ano ba yung mga different perspective na meron tayo, at the same time to really understand na bawat person sa paligid natin has their own different perspective. So save the date. This July will be we'll be having the mental model masterclass on July 29. This is the 5th Friday of the month at 7:30 p.m. for the Buyer Hot Button Mental Model Masterclass, and learn how to grow your sales and profit while making a positive impact by learning a mental model that intersects with business success. So Ting Talk broadcast is powered by Rise Up Creatives Worldwide, your social commerce turnkey solution provider in a new digital landscape. So you can visit at www.riseupcreatives.com to learn the benefits of lifetime members like me, which includes the ability to create a valuable and engaging social media content with original lifestyle photos in just 5 minutes. Rise up and be creative now. So as we continue our conversation today, yeah, I forgot. Today is Saturday, so I invite you to join us on floor with open mic with Coach Orphil. So ayun, so continue our conversation for the second part of the Unleash Your Voice, let me invite again Lakan to join me on stage. Ayan,
Hi.
so Lakan, are you ready to share with them?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, go Lakan.
Yeah, hindi ko na ma-rephrase yung buong tanong kanina, no. Pero basically, in terms for rejections, no, the way that I think the most important thing to be aware is the attitude that you will have when you get rejected. Regardless if it's a job, if it's an award, if it's a publication, in my case as a writer, no, or it's a rejection from or an organization that you wanted to join, it's rejection from a school you wanted to be in, etc., etc. Una, it's not the end of the world. That's the hard truth about it. It's not the end of the world. There's a reason why you get rejected. And I don't mean that in the most parang divine providence way, no. There's a reason why you got rejected. So ask why you got rejected. That's I think a more um proactive attitude towards rejection, in the sense na I'll be real about it, no. I got really bummed out when I got my first rejections in terms of publication. Pero what I did, um sa editors, kumbaga, tinanong ko sila, what can I do to improve, so the next time that I pass a work, you will actually accept it. Sometimes you get a reply, sometimes you don't. That's okay. But the important thing is that you ask them. So at times, no, the editors will actually take their time as long as it's in the email, kumbaga, or you've actually contacted them. Why, and then answer you in that manner. Because people are innately actually generous, contrary to popular belief, di ba? Especially the ones na professional, na nakikita nga, seryoso ka talaga sa ano yung gusto mong gawin. In my case, ayun, nagtanong ako sa editors, but also because I was in a course where my professors were also not just teachers, but also mentors to me, no? Mentors being, I had a relationship with them outside of the classroom, also talking about the craft of writing. So even when I opted out of UP Mindanao that time, no, I was in Davao. I was in constant communication with my professors. Tapos tinatanong ko sila, sir, ma'am, meron po akong work. Can you read it and then just tell me your thoughts about it, ganon. There's a way then as well. I think it is also important of approaching your mentors na parang you're not doing it just because you want to gain something from them, pero because you really want to have a constant relationship with them and you think it's gonna be a healthy relationship with them. So that's what I did. And eventually, they gave me advice at sineryoso ko talaga yung advice na yun. This part is a pathetic sentence. This is a jungled, this is so too much jargon. This is trying so much. And I had like really hard comments to the point na I remember, hindi ko ito makakalimutan eh. In one workshop, I was to, sinabihan ako in Bisaya, ilabog na lang na sa Bangkaruhan River. Bangkaruhan River is a river in para siyang Pasig River ng Davao, kumbaga. Itapon mo na lang daw doon kasi it's trash what you wrote. But you have to understand, why is it trash? So sineryoso ko talaga what the people that I thought were were adding value to my work. So tinatanong ko sila, and that's an important thing, to be curious and to ask. Just simply ask, bakit ba? Bakit to pangit? Why does this doesn't work in your publication? And you'll be surprised as well. Minsan, one work gets accepted in a publication, but it doesn't get accepted in 5 other publications. But you think it's a finished work, no? Like for me as a writer. So parang, okay, tapos na to, pero I just have to find the right fit. Kung kanino ko ba to ibibigay. So I think that's my attitude towards rejection as well, na parang, okay, rejected me. Okay, next. Thank you, next. Ganun siya.
Okay, so ang ganda din ng story mo, no? Like, usually, the persons that I know, and ako din, when I receive rejection is, kapag I rejected noon, tinuturo ko kagad yung towel. Like, okay, you rejected me, so, okay, wala pa lang kwenta yung ginawa ko, so bakit ko pa ipapatuloy to? But, one of the, nag-struck sa akin sa sharing mo is yung having clarity on dun sa rejection na yun. Kung bakit mo na-receive yung rejection na yun. Is to really ask question from the person kung saan mo na-receive yung rejection na yun. So, like, it's a really timely din kasi di ba meron din ngayon ng mga senior high student na nag-a-apply for college, no? So, they just need to really find the right university for them. And keep trying lang. To really,
even outside of even outside of like the writing industry. Let's say, like, for example, let's put it in this case, senior high school. I wasn't accepted by Ateneo, but I was accepted by UP. I was accepted by LaSalle. I was accepted by USD. So one rejection may not necessarily be a bad thing because it leads you to free tuition in UP, for example. 'Di ba? So parang ayun, 'di ba? It's not necessarily a bad thing. Although I don't want to romanticize it too much because some people really get rejected a lot, and then ayun, it's really having that attitude as well and that healthy mindset na meron
Yes.
ka. What I mean by over romanticizing, you also have to be, tawag nito, dapat wise ka din sa rejections. Like, kung feeling mo yung nag-reject sa'yo simply because may undoubted bias sa'yo, like, although alam mong you're confident enough na maganda namang ginawa ko It's not overconfidence dapat pero parang to an extent na alam ko naman na may laman naman yung sinulat ko So parang di wag ka na magtanong sa taong yun kasi you already know, 'di ba? Na it's just a preconditioned bias that that person has of you or that institution has of you, kumbaga. So, yun, you also have to be critical of rejections too in terms of asking. You have to select people that you think will add value. So that's also, I think, part of like asking is also choosing who to ask or which entity to ask, kumbaga, to seek wisdom from. So that's something na it's also a skill that you eventually learn. There's no like formulaic or structured thing to go about it. Pero you'll eventually get the hang of it. So yun.
And yes, and from that narinig ko yung healthy mindset, no? So it's really important to have a healthy mindset when you are facing a situation like this. And isa din sa narinig ko is to really choose right people to ask question to. Kasi like, paano kung magtatanong ka sa taong hate ka naman talaga? Or galit siya sa mundo, no? So, mas lalo ka din masasaktan and hindi rin siya makakatulong sa mental state mo. And one important thing that I want to add is to surround yourself with the right person then who will support you. Kasi it really, I'm really sure that they, malaking impact din yun. Kasi when you receive rejection, at first, syempre may maraming negative ka pang pwedeng gawin. But as you go through the process, when you are training with the right people in your space, it will really help you a lot to figure out kung paano mo ba i-handle si rejection next time. Okay, so, okay, may gusto ko ba i-add, Lon?
Yeah. To add to Tricia's point on environment, there will also come a time that you think that person is healthy for you, pero actually, someone else has to point it out na, alam mo, just cut that person out, and it's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. It may mean that the other way around it. Joke naman. Pero there are certain social groups, no? This is more of like anthropological class sa amin. There are certain groups that, are fit for like things like that you have to talk with them. Life coaches are a best example, kumbaga, that they're really open towards that conversation. Some people aren't, and that's okay, That's their boundaries as well that you have to respect. Pero yung choosing the right people din, no? You have to also choose the right people with boundaries, siguro. In my case. And at the same time, hindi lang those people, hindi lang din sila nagsasalita about it, but they're actually practicing it in real life, that what they're doing. And it's okay to select a group of people, but it's not necessarily a quantity as well, but it's of quality of friendships that you have or relationships, whether it's professional friendship or romantic even na relationships na meron ka. So yeah, in terms of environment, just to add.
Yes. Naiintindihan tayo, especially when it comes to personal boundaries, no? It's really important then, and it's a great reminder for everyone. So, from that conversation, Lakan, I really want to ask you, like, we've been talking about your transition, paano hinahandle yung mga rejection and challenges in your life right now. I want to ask you, ano yung boses mo para sa'yo?
boses ko ay nanggagaling sa Tacloban City. I think that's my straight answer from it. What do I mean by that? In knowing your voice is knowing an identity eh. And I've come to a point in my life where I have actually defined myself and defined my own identity. Whether it's also professional and cultural. I'm a Waray. I'm from Tacloban City. I'm not from the metropolitan cities, and that's an important thing that I always want to consider, especially and I bring that with me hindi lang sa writing but also to forums, to wherever, kumbaga. Some people as in i-introduce lang nila sarili nila. And I've encountered with them na, hi, I'm Pablo, I'm from Metro Manila and such. That's not really an identity for them, but it was just more of a description that you put on a name. Sa akin, I really tie my identity to Tacloban City. And that's where my voice is coming from. Why? Um, it's where my experiences have molded me, and it's unique experiences from my own locality that have molded me. And I think Coach Tricia will relate to this, no, in the sense na um also being equipped with a third language in the Philippines, no, aside from Tagalog and Filipino and English.
English.
It adds to your identity, eh. And that's where my voice is coming from. So my voice is from Tacloban City. My voice is multilingual now, kumbaga. So that's what my voice is, and it you will see that in the way I speak. You will see that in the way I write. You will see that in even in praxis, no, of actions or how you know me as well. Like my friends always tell me na ayun, even our friends or our colleagues sa SMLI, as in like kikilalanin nila, kilala niyo si Lakan, yung taga Tacloban. That's how they already know me, and that's my identity. That's where my voice is coming from. It's like, to quote Ricky De Jongre, it's a song sprung from native soil. So that's it. That's what my voice is.
Okay, so for tonight, I mean, I've been asking that since the episode 1 of my of the Unleash Your Voice, and this was the first time that I've heard that answer, that your voice is coming from a place where you are kung saan ka nanggaling, no. And it really made me reflect that there are times na we mas nakakapag-communicate yung taong kausap natin when we are using that the language na gamit natin, no. Like dito sa Bicol, yun din, mas nagko-connect sila, mas the more sila nagre-respond sa'yo, and the more ka din nila naiintindihan. So, ayun, from that, Lakan, let's share to everyone, no, yung latest na publication na ano mo, na ginawa mo. So, Mas Ricky, can we share that? Ayan. So, can you share with
Yeah.
us about this, Lakan?
Yeah, thank you Tricia for flashing, no, and to the organizers that flashed it. This is the latest Philippine Graphic publication. This is I think the 95th, if I'm not mistaken, 95th anniversary issue of the Philippine Graphic. It's a literary publication, but it also has business, like even like lifestyle na mga content. One of my works got accepted here. So this is no this story actually got rejected in an awarding body, but it got accepted in the Philippine Graphic, which is a prestigious literary magazine. So this is a best case example of that conversation earlier. Pero yeah, I have a short story here. It's titled The Search. It's basically about a boy searching for his mother. Hindi ko naman na siya spoil, kailangan niyo basahin. Kaya bumili kayo ng Philippine Graphic. It's about a boy that's searching for his mother, set in Super Typhoon Yolanda. And like what I said, this is where my voice is coming from. I write from my own locality, and it's an experience that is close to my heart because I was there in Super Typhoon Yolanda, and it's set in my own school as well. So ayan, that's my most recent publication.
So, how does it feel, Lakan, that you are sharing like yung experience mo about Yolanda? Kasi that was very na-hit talaga yung Tacloban that time, no?
Mm-mm. Um, I was never really closed about it, even to like friends or new people that I met. My experience during Super Typhoon Yolanda. But I think what's most important for me is that um, a lot of people have different ways of coping and facing their traumas, whether they acknowledge it is a trauma or not a trauma. Um, for lack of a better term, no, it's a devastating event in one's past life, kumbaga. So yeah, I'm very comfortable in my skin right now, sharing about it, and I'm even more proud that I took the courage actually to write about it, because that's something so much different as well. Um, and putting it out there, no, and this is one of the mentors actually in the literary scene, which is Ricardo M. de Ungria. He told me that writing is a curse and a gift as well. It's a gift in the sense that you will actually turn negativity into something that's good and beautiful. Aside from it's good, it's also beautiful. And that's something to be proud of, really. And I'm proud of this one. I'm proud of this short story.
And so thank you for sharing with us, Lakan. And I'm really proud of you, no? It's really yung courage mo to really share your own experiences then through this through publication. No? So I'm able to hear kung paano mo ginamit yung boses mo to also influence other people in your space. At the same time, yung mga makikinig dito, or I mean magbabasa nito. So right now, like we've heard you that your voice is coming from Tacloban. So ano naman yung boses na that you really want to hear from yourself? Like, bukod sa yung voice mo is from Tacloban, ano pa yung boses na gusto mo marinig coming from yourself?
Siguro gusto ko marinig ang boses ko na nagmamature. Siguro ganun. Meaning that it's not being mature like becoming a boring person and all. Pero more maturity in the sense that you speak with more wisdom and you can impart it to other people. Like what like Tricia was saying earlier, na when you create an impact, you have to have a platform and you have to have the voice that people listen to. That's something that's important eh. Wala ding mangyayari pag puro ka lang boses, wala namang laman yung sinasabi. So it's about having a voice, no. Ako personally, I'm still curious about myself in the far future, how my voice is gonna mature. And I think I can see that in my own self-reflections, kumbaga. And the things that I have kept throughout the years, like for example, my writings from high school have very matured, no, to how I write today and how I look at reality today. So ayan, and to borrow my the title of my short story, it's a continuous search for a voice, no? And once you found that voice, you will want to develop it.
Ayan, so thank you for sharing that with us, Lakan. So as we end our conversation for tonight, no, so naging meaningful yung conversation natin na hindi natin to mapapag-uusapan through chat lang, no, or normal conversation, no. And it really feels great that there is someone out there that was really fighting to really share you or to really create an impact and influence dito sa generation natin. And ipaglaban din yung generation natin, no? So, as we end our conversation, Lakan, I want to ask you, ano yung message that you really want to unleash tonight para sa mga viewers natin?
Okay. Basic message I think is and I'll quote my dad for it because my dad was also a writer. Continue to search for the words that would define. I continue to search for the words that would define me till there is no more gap between the grace of thought and the hope of becoming. So I think that's the greatest message that I have for people, and you can check that out in the link, no, to my Twitter account as well as my post on Facebook. I always put that up because I think it's an important quote. It's also a message of defining yourself, not other people defining you. So ayun, that's basically my message that I've borrowed from my own dad.
Wow. So, I'm gonna search ko talaga yan later. And first time ko din siya narinig, no? So, I'm really interested to know more about that quote. And ayun, so thank you for saying for tonight, Lakan. And one more question to ask. How do you feel right now as we end our conversation?
I feel enriched and very more insightful of life, kumbaga. As cheesy as that might sound, that's the truth.
Okay, so ayan, so for the viewers na nanonood sa amin tonight, thank you for supporting us. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for unleashing your voice with us, Lakan. And thank you for supporting Unleash Your Voice. And whether you are joining us live or watching on a replay, please do leave a comment to share your insight, circulate the link of this video, and don't keep us a secret. So if may mga may bag moments kayo na natutunan, just feel free to express it in the comment section below kasi the more that we express natin siya through writing or verbally, mas nagsisink in siya sa atin or mas nagiging aware si brain na may natutunan ka from the episode of tonight. So, if you are interested naman to embark on a journey of becoming a professional certified life coach like me, Master Coach offers a professional training and development services, offers the Who Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program with international CPD accreditation and 40 credit units. So life coaching is a 21st century learning experience that is empowering professionals to enhance their skills in multiple domains, thereby increasingly their relevance in an increasingly complex workplace in dynamic business environment. So co-actively co-create course includes a 21-day web-based learning and a lifetime access, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach, and a 3-day live virtual business bootcamp with senior coaching team. So the program package also comes with done-for-you coaching programs and many other bonuses, so you can jumpstart in the second fastest growing industry in the world today. So connect now with Coach Rizal to 0917-586-1661 to join the live coaching bootcamp on July 9, 16, and 23. So the first day will be happening this Saturday na po. So you can connect with Coach Rizal to 0917-586-1661. And for everyone from the northern part of the Philippines, face-to-face coaching bootcamp is happening on August 13 and 21. So please connect with Coach Nords at 0947-587-7113. So I also want to invite you to watch the other shows hosted here at Ting Talk Broadcast. So please follow, subscribe, and engage in our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube to give us your review. For partnership and collaboration, please connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661. See you in the next episode of Unleash Your Voice on July 16, live here at Ting Talk Broadcast. This is us in the Philippines, broadcasting beyond borders in advancing life coaching worldwide. So love bomb boom, love bomb boom, love bomb boom. Coaches like us think and talk like this.